Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So let's go on talking about G and G waves. When a G is activated, it releases G waves that may trigger a series of instinctual G connections, resulting in corresponding desires or actions. However, not all G activations reach the G wave projection zone, which is our conscious awareness. These unconscious activations often manifest as what we commonly refer to as subconscious behavior. Sigmund Freud's idea that mistakes happen for a reason finds support here. But not every error can be attributed to the activation of a G. External factors such as muscle conditions, nervous system errors, or external forces can also play a role. To determine whether a mistake arises from subconscious intent, it requires case by case analysis. The intensity of a desire or behavior stemming from G activation depends on the resistance provided by other G activations in the brain. If the resistance is minimal, the degree of the G activation correlates with the strength of the resultant behavior. Let's explore this with an example. Imagine a nurse who has been working all morning. She begins to feel hungry, indicating the activation of her hunger G. If not external factors such as hospital regulations or patient's needs limit her actions, she might head to the break room, walking at a normal pace, eating slowly, and consuming a moderate amount of food. Now, consider if she had to delay eating for an hour due to her duties. By the time she finally gets a chance to eat, her hunger has intensified. She might walk quickly, eat ravenously, and consume a much higher portion. If during this hour her physiological state suddenly spikes her hunger juice activation, she could potentially abandon her work impulsively, shouting, "Forget the rules! I'm starving." This illustrates that a strong stimulus intensifies G activation, creating stronger G waves. These waves dominate over inhibitory G waves, driving behavior. In this case, the G's activation strength is proportional to the intensity of the stimulus. Small stimuli elicit mild reactions, while stronger stimuli elicit stronger ones. So, does G activation always intensify gradually? Is it possible for a persistent desire um, to accumulate over time without a corresponding increase in G activation strength? Consider this scenario. A high school student is sitting through a 45-minute class when he suddenly experiences stomach cramps. The pain comes in waves. Each wave is intensely uncomfortable, creating a strong urge to visit the bathroom. However, during the intervals between waves, the pain subsides. He feels momentarily fine. If a particularly strong wave strikes, he might bolt out of the classroom to relieve himself immediately, similar to the nurse rushing to the break room. Now, what if the student endures wave after wave of discomfort, holding out until the next period of relief? During this calm phase, does she still feel does he still feel the urge to visit the bathroom? Likely, yes. His prior experience tells him the discomfort will return. This preemptive urge, driven by cognitive deactivation, might prompt him to head to the restroom even during the relief period. However, his pace might be slower than if he had left during a painful wave. Let's revisit the nurse. Suppose her hunger becomes unbearable, but she receives a glucose injection stabilizing her physical state. The activation of her hunger due decreases and her hunger subsides. Does her desire to eat disappear completely? When interviewed, nurses report that their desire diminishes significantly, yet upon reaching the break room, they still pick up a snack but eat it leisurely and in smaller quantities. From these examples, we can draw the following conclusion. 1. Behavior requires dominance in the G vector. The behavior driven by a G wave manifests only if its influence outweighs the opposing G waves. 2. Activation strength is stimulus dependent. The degree of G activations is often proportional to the intensity of the stimulus. Stronger stimuli produce stronger G waves, resulting in more urgent behaviors. 3. G wave accumulation and dissipation. G wave may accumulate over time, but they also gradually dissipate. And when inhibitory G waves vanish, um, e.g., at the end of a class or work shift, the remaining G waves can dominate and drive behavior. 4. G waves reshape other G. Persistent G waves influence and reshape other G, such as those associated with memory, experience, or instinct. This dynamic interplay helps explain how long-term patterns of behavior and recognition evolve in response to our internal and external environments. So, this intricate relationship between the G action, to weave dynamics and behavior sheds light on the subconscious processes that drive our daily actions. By understanding these mechanisms, we gain deeper insight into how desires and impulses interact with conscious and unconscious factors to shape our decisions and responses to the world around us. All right, that's all the content today. See you next time. Bye bye.